Girls Club down in Florida. That was huge. That was overlooked. And Kevin Durant was up 3-1 in this year's Western Conference Final to the Golden State Warriors. And the Golden State Warriors came back from a 3-1 deficit and sent Kevin Durant home. Kevin Durant, via Twitter, again, Twitter it's just like talking to their agent, okay, in some cases. Via Twitter announced to the world that he was going to Golden State. Wait a minute. What kind of damn competitor are you, man? That's not a competitor. Wait. So you get beat by this team. They come from behind. You had them. You were 48 minutes away from going to the NBA championship and representing the Western Conference and facing the Cleveland Cavaliers, who I think would have beat them no matter who got there. I think that LeBron and his team would have won. And so now you're going to leave that team and go hook up with Steph Curry. Think about this. This is obscene, man. For NBA fans, you know what I'm talking about. This is obscene. What kind of basketball team is this? Everybody can shoot well. You got Draymond Green. We'll start at the bottom of the well in terms of shooting. Draymond Green, he put up 30-something points, 30-plus points in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. He's a baller. You know what I'm saying? Then you got, well, let's take this. You got Klay Thompson, one half of the Splash Brothers, a.k.a. the Beige Brothers. He's been blessed by gods and genetics. And he was also this past season's reigning three-point shooting contest champion. Yeah. Next, you got Kevin Durant, who, you go back 3 years ago, guess what? He was the MVP. You remember that tearful acceptance speech when he gave it all the props to his mama? Remember that? Where's your daddy at, Kevin? No props to daddy. He gave all props to mama. Said, basically, you deserve this award as well. That's touching. That was emotional. That was beautiful, right? And, okay, blessed. The guy's like, I don't know what he is, because sometimes they say 6'9". Sometimes he's 7 feet. I don't know. He's tall. He's really, really tall. He's got really, really long arms. And the man's got a beautiful jump shot. One of the best offensive players in all of the NBA. And then you got the reigning two-time MVP who's dropping dimes. He should be in that commercial with Kevin Love and Damian Lillard. Dropping dimes. I mean, this is amazing. And that's where it's different from LeBron. LeBron didn't go to Boston. He didn't get beat by Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Jesus Shuttlesworth and Rajon Rondo, his little weird-looking self. Looks like a little alien. That boy can ball, though. A little weird-looking Rajon Rondo. And no, he didn't do that. He said, no, I'm reloaded. He reloaded and came back until he finally got past him. He went to Miami for reasons that are very similar to Kevin Durant's decision to leave OKC and Golden State. And that is to get the chip, as people call it, Stephen A. and others in the media, to get that ring. And you know what? It's almost as if, people in the media will criticize Kevin Durant. I've got no issue either way. It makes no difference to me. Like I said, for right now, I'm a Cavs fan. And I don't care what team you put out there. You still got to play the game. I'm skeptical. Show me. It looks good. It looks good right now. But until it's actually up and running and they're winning games and winning championships and I can see them in crunch time, it don't matter. It's just more competition. That's a competitor talking. Okay, and if you're LeBron James or whatever, number one, you done messed up my vacation. I saw the images of LeBron. Damn, they having a gang of fun. You got LeBron and his wife, and you got D. Wade and his wife, the beautiful Gabrielle Union. And then you got CP3, Chris Paul, and his wife. And they're on a yacht in Ibiza, chilling, laughing, eating, other things that end with ing. Okay, we grown. Yeah, I took it down. We can do that. We grown. Okay, but I disguised it. So maybe the kids don't all the way understand if their kids are listening. Okay, good morning. Currently 7:20 a.m. in the Queen City. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. That's me. Yeah, Queen City, Cincinnati, broadcasting live from the city of Cincinnati. And tell a friend about the show. So that's where it's similar. The media pushes these guys to be desperate. Because no matter how good they are, nobody wants to be the next Charles Barkley. Nobody wants to be that great dude. He was great for 15 years. He was an all-star. He was a perennial all-star, maybe even MVP, but he never got a ring. And that's what you're judged at on a certain level. The other thing about it is, to the victor goes the spoils in American culture, meaning that if you're winning, man, listen, if you're winning in sports culture in terms of winning championships, the way that's the lofty position that the media and others have put these sports championships in, because I'm not really convinced of how much it really matters. Here's another question for you this morning. What will be the economic impact to Ohio that the Cleveland Cavaliers are now the reigning NBA champions? Because I ain't felt that ripple effect yet. Have you? How long does it take the economic ripple effect to emanate from Cleveland and come all the way down here to Southwest Ohio to Cincinnati? Will there be a ripple effect? I mean, outside of Dan Gilbert charging everybody more for T-shirts and hats and seats and cheap hot dogs next year, what's the real impact going to be to Ohio? Okay, we will observe and analyze over the weeks and months to come, because that's something that matters. Because here's my point. If nobody outside of a few are getting paid when your hometown or, the professional team in your state wins a championship, then who the hell cares? You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Then why should I care? If it's not putting more people to work in jobs that they actually want to perform, that are meaningful and give them a livable, competitive wage, what difference do it make? Hurrah, hurrah, okay? It's nothing but sports. So that's where it's similar, okay? LeBron's move, he was trying to get a ring, period. Kevin's move, he's trying to get a ring, period. But this Kevin Durant move is super weak and soft and fluffy in the middle, man. What kind of competitor is that? Or you tell me, are there any NBA fans in the house? Any NBA fans in the house? Again, 7:23 a.m. in the Queen City. My name is Nathan Ivey. Carolyn writes, there should be a cutoff for fireworks. There probably is. Well, these dudes out here ain't recognizing that. Nate Ivey, live, local, and vocal. The show continues right after this.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Now back to the show.
Good morning and welcome back, everyone. Yeah, I like it too. Good morning, welcome back. And let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it, shall we? Many things to discuss. Nathan Ivey with you. Here is the front page. Anybody pick up the Sunday edition of the Cincinnati Enquirer? I don't have a problem against purchase consent. If you're listening from outside the Cincinnati area, I'm here to tell you there are many, many people inside the Cincinnati area who have sworn to me that they will never purchase a Cincinnati Enquirer. Why? Because they believe that the editorial board, the reporting is biased. Now, I, for one, believe that some things should always and forever remain old school. And one of those things is the way that we consume our news. I'm a big believer in that. I really am. And there's something about holding a newspaper and touching it. There's something about, well, the printed word, the written word. There's something about it that is more reliable to me, you know. I don't know. It seems like on a very, very ancient level that it's right. Okay. Touching paper, reading off the parchment. You know, human beings have been doing that since the beginning of time. Okay. Since the beginning of written words. So I do, from time to time, financially support the Cincinnati Enquirer. I must be honest with you. Part of that is being in the media. So I'm in a grocery store over the weekend. I look over, it's Sunday. I look over, boom. And what do I see? I see a story. Here's the headline. What really went on? ? The varying accounts surrounding details of a June 2015 payment to MSD contractor Sam Malone raise new questions. They're back on this Sam Malone-ish again. They're back on this Sam Malone-ish. So you're telling me black people are the face of the wasteful spending, if not fraud? I'm here to tell you that there's investigations going on. And Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters, who we all know, he loves to make examples of individuals. He has said that he's going to wait to see, to the conclusion of the ongoing investigations to decide as to whether he's going to investigate and there might be some charges. What? This is nuts. Is this really this serious? And at the issue here is that Sam Malone was a contractor with MSD. That's what the issue is. I read through the entire thing and I'm trying to figure out what's the big deal here. I don't understand it. If no laws were broken, why is this a big deal? Is this just the Enquirer and the fine folks over there reaching, trying to sell papers? I mean, hey, I wonder what neighborhoods in which they have their highest circulation. That would say a lot. Does Cincinnati have an appetite for bringing a Negro down? Come on now. So one guy got some money. So Sam Malone made some money. And what's the crime in that? And the implication is it's not so subtle. The implication is, number one, this black man made a lot of money in a short time frame, and he probably didn't do a lot for it. That's number one. And somehow there's some contempt about that. I don't know why. There's some contempt. Maybe they're trading off the contempt about seeing a brother, come up or make money. It's hard to do a Vulcan mind meld with people who think so radically different than myself from time to time. It's hard to understand that. I don't really care. In fact, I do care. I'm happy for Sam. And, provided everything was done on the up and up. But what's been reported is that apparently there was some issue about the last payment or payments that were due to Sam Malone. And somebody who works for the city have said basically that they felt threatened or pressured into rushing through a payment for Sam Malone. And there's even allegations that, as I said, that at least one person, that would be the assistant city manager, that he made a threatening phone call to Brickler and Eckler, basically saying, if you don't get this payment process, then no more MSD contracts for you. Okay. Is that illegal? I mean, if it's not illegal, is it unethical? I'm not sure. It's hard to ascertain. I mean, what's the current system in place? And then somehow now they're